Welcome back to the coverage of YCS Prague, the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series of the year. And this is our intro where we're going to talk about what we're going to expect this weekend, because it's still Friday, in fact, as a part of our pre-recorded content. And just to clarify, we're not getting married, even though it might...
Does look like we're getting married.
Right, so my name is Oliver German, I'm your host for the weekend, and I'm joined here by Rob Hooley. So, Prague, most beautiful city in Europe, if you ask me.
It's gorgeous. I mean, you guys can't see what we can see, but just behind you is a fantastic view. As right here as well, as you can see the architecture of this gorgeous building as well.
Depends a little if you're more into fresh air or into closed venues, I guess. Yeah. But if you like playing cards, this is the place to be. If you're not, it's still the place to be. Prague is full of sights. You can just explore the old town and walk from one to the next. It's like 2 minutes by foot, and you cannot even miss them. Once it goes dark and you might be like, okay, the day's over, they will be illuminated like crazy. Yeah. And so even without a travel guide or something, you can just see so many beautiful things in this city. I could just go on and on forever.
Well, even yesterday when we were sat in our hotel, you just went, you see that massive blue light over there? That's the venue. Yes. So you can literally find anything in here just by following the lights, right. I've found.
On top of that, Prague is extremely affordable. A big plus for traveling on a budget. So you don't have to, you can save some of the money that you usually have to invest in your deck or something, and you can just save it so you can go shopping in Prague, where you can get a meal for as low as like €5, I think.
Even lower than that in pounds, of course.
Yeah. So that's another reason to be here if you're missing out, and you're really missing out. Which brings us to the tournament itself. A lot has happened since the last time we've done this, which was in Milan.
Yeah, which was back in December.
Yeah, the end of last year. And so much has changed with the release of the Secret Forces.
Yeah, the Secret Forces. We've seen a massive shift again in the meta. We did have this once before with Duelist Alliance when Shadow and Burning Abyss came out, and then new challengers bringing in Cliffort as well. Now, they've taken a bit of a back step, because what's come out in Secret Forces is Necros. Yosenju, and Spirit Beast. Necros being one of the big contenders for this weekend. We're going to see
like straight out of the box, like no more additional support, and they are already extremely playable, have been like tearing through the tournament scene in the US, we've seen that, and also at some local tournaments. So we're definitely going to take a look at that, and we're going to see them in the feature match a few times this weekend, I presume.
I mean, we may even see some old classics come back, like Elemental Hero, with the release of the new structure deck, the Hero Strike structure deck, which also brought in Master Change 2, bringing just this whole new dimension to decks that could suddenly bring out Dark Law? Yep, Dark Law, that's the name of the card, and a few others as well. So it's definitely looking quite good, especially with Snatch Steal coming back into play as well.
This is I was about to say, it's the most Eastern Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series that the European office of Konami has ever run before, but Kiwi was very quick to point out that we have been in Sydney, which technically speaking is a lot more Eastern, I guess. Technically, yeah. But yes, as long as we're talking about Europe, this is the most Eastern that we've ever been.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this makes it really hard to guess how many players are going to show up. Because we don't know, are there going to be guys from Hungary, from Romania, from Slovenia, from Croatia traveling here? And I'm really curious to see what kind of field we're going to have this weekend.
It'll be nice to see as well, because of course we don't know what the meta's like in those areas as well, and what they're really going to bring to the table. Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting weekend. Yes.
Some people said that it could be a second German YCS, with Germany being so close. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. And we have seen Bochum attracting so many players time and time again. So that's also something to look forward to later this year. But this weekend, it's going to be YCS Prague. Is there anything we've been missing?
Not really. I mean, at the moment, it's just going to be one of those things. We're going to see a lot of Yosenju. Yosenju doing a lot of normal summoning, which is something that we've not seen in a while as well. Getting straight onto Vanity's Emptiness. We're going to be seeing Spirit Beast, which is one of the most complicated decks I have ever seen, due to some of the wordings on the cards. You can really exploit kind of technicalities and rulings and all sorts. Yep. Really intricate. And Necros, of course.
The elephant in the room this weekend.
Basically. Yeah. Being incredibly skill-based as well. Yeah. And not like something like, I don't like to say that something like Cliffort isn't skill-based, but you could pick it up and immediately you know, hey, I can pendulum summon all of these guys. with the choices you have to make with Necros, you really have to understand what you're doing, otherwise one slip up will cost you the game.
And that's definitely something to look forward to. We're going to have some of the most dedicated European players of all time in the venue, and they will make the most of these sticks. They will probably show us some moves that we've never seen before, and introduce some new tech cards as well.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, something else that's going to see a lot of players anti-spell fragrance. Very old card, very old promo card as well. Basically, it says you have to set all your spell cards before you play them. Which means you're not going to be able to pendulum summon immediately. You're not going to be able to play any of your ritual spells immediately.
That can turn a game upside down all on its own.
There is a lot of floodgates that are currently in play, so it's just going to be nice to see how people are really considering getting around them as well.
Right. So you can tell we're excited for the event, not just because of the format, but also because it's Prague. I will say this a couple of times this weekend, it's the most beautiful city in Europe, so you're really missing out. You should be here, but fear not, we're going to bring you all the action this weekend. We're going to have feature matches. We're going to introduce you to some new deck archetypes. We're going to interview some players and talk to them about strategy, how they prepared for the tournament, rather than just going to the old town and taking in a few sites. And it's going to be a hell of a show. So stay tuned for more, and we're going to be back with the first feature match, or the second feature match, because...
Or whichever feature match is next.
Right. So see you soon, guys. Stay tuned. This is going to be an exciting show.